All right, so I wanted to do an update here on this thing. So we moved it here, and so this is the EcoFlow blade that launched this year. It was like $3,000. I got the sweeper. I didn't break. It broke itself because it's a piece of plastic. The sweeper broke the first time. Also, the first machine took on water damage for some reason because it wasn't watertight, which is kind of a heck of a defect. But EcoFlow sent me another one. It did take me a couple weeks. I had to pay several $100s to have someone else mow my yard because I don't even own a lawnmower that's normal. Well, I don't want to either. But anyway, so the grass kind of quit growing. It's late in the year. It's like November. So now I wanted to sweep because I have the sweeper, right? I have a $3,500 sweeper. So I have the compost. I'm going to sweep it in here. That's neat. So it just likes to destroy the ground right in front of the dock because it likes to do a little spin right here and try to get on the dock. Can't get on the dock because it weighs too much. But it must be stuck somewhere right now as well. But it gets stuck with the sweeper a lot more than it gets stuck on its own. I will say there must have been some software updates that the second lifetime of the mowing unit, it seemed to be a lot smarter. It didn't get stuck or screwed up as frequently as it did when it first came out. When it first came out, it was really bad. When I say really bad, I mean it was really bad constantly, like worse than the Landroid. So it picked up all the dead grass and stuff right here. It makes this look really bare, but that's kind of okay because I'm going to take all that dead stuff and I'm going to put it in the compost, and next year we can have nice green grass right there. Actually, this is actually just fine to sweep up all this trash now. So the thing must be stuck over here somewhere. Yeah, I hear it. So it's currently doing this. So you can see what you can see is the ruts that it creates along the sidewalk, like right here where it gets stuck. And what will happen is it can't get onto the sidewalk, and it's actually trying to go like that way or that way, and it gets stuck perpendicular, and it just kind of spins and digs a hole, which makes it even harder for the next time around. So anywhere really I'm interfacing with a sidewalk or a lip, it seems to be tearing up the soil pretty good, making it impossible to traverse the following year. So we'll see how that goes. The Landroid used to get stuck right there all the time. At least this doesn't. But this guy, I mean, he dug a rut right here that's pretty freaking crazy. I mean, he just destroyed all this right here. I think I have another video of this getting destroyed. But now that it's kind of dried out, it's pretty crazy to see. And I don't know, I wish there was like, I feel like they're gonna, if they're intelligent, if they don't discontinue this product, I kind of expect EcoFlow to discontinue this product because that's kind of what happens with these types of things. But like, if they were intelligent, they would release like another sweeper gizmo that I would probably pay for and buy that has more controls, more functionality. Because it just drags along the ground and it just bangs into everything. And I mean, the last one completely destroyed itself. And I don't know if this one's gonna last very long either. But we'll see, I guess. I will say this thing's cleaning up the yard pretty good right now. It's picking up a lot of trash, a lot of mulch, a lot of, not trash, but like dead grass, right? And it's doing the job. One of the things that EcoFlow could probably improve on is like rut avoidance. It has some expensive cameras on the front of it. It should be able to detect when it's doing it. It should be able to say, hey, I should be nice here. I turn around here and I kill the grass right here. You would think that, I don't know, the way these types of things work, it's just a bunch of skip logic one after the next. So I suppose they have to have enough people complaining about it to implement the skip logic. But once they do, it could be a pretty polished product eventually, if it lasts that long. But I just don't think it will. My approach to my yard is kind of I want to, I don't add any chemicals. I don't do anything to my yard. In fact, I hope it all dies. If it dies and I don't need to mow it, that's a success. You know, I'm obligated to mow it by law, by the city, or they'll fine me. My HOA will give me a citation if my yard doesn't look great. But there's really not a good way to explain that either. Like, there's not really a concrete explanation of what that even means. He's gonna get full and he's gonna go back to the thing and you'll see him spin. But yeah, there's not really a good explanation of what that means either. So anyway, I guess what I'm getting at is this thing does a great job of killing and mowing down and knocking down my grass. So that does the job. For $4,000, I probably could have just hardscaped my yard with gravel and called it a day. But what this thing does do is it'll generate, and this is what I liked about the sweeper versus the other robot lawnmower. The sweeper here allows me to gather all the effort that the grass and the leaves and the trees have put into my yard. And instead of it blowing away into my neighbor's yard or decomposing back into the manufactured sod that's in my yard, I actually get to extract that dirt, and I can put it in my compost. And why do I want to do that? Well, I want to build a garden bed, but I don't have any soil. I don't want to buy any soil. Mostly, not that it wouldn't be more cost effective. It'd be far more cost effective to just buy soil. But really just the principle of, like, I don't want to buy soil. And compost is a good solution to get rid of waste. And so actually creating a waste stream of yard waste to go into the compost is a good filler for the compost as well. Makes the compost work better the bigger it is. And I had the added benefit of I have an expensive gizmo that I get to pace around in my yard and watch. I really wouldn't recommend one of these things if you don't work from home. Because you have to babysit it. Because it can't do it itself. It's definitely not smart enough. Terminator's not taking over us anytime soon. Because it is, it's retarded. I mean, look at this thing. So, like, just everything it just did right there was dumb. If that was a wall, it swung the bag into the wall. If it's dragging it on the ground, it's not sweeping up the stuff. It's not actually taking feedback on whether it's picking up the stuff or not. It should slow down and just keep sweeping right there. So, I mean, it should measure. It should measure better. But I don't know. We can, yeah, I'm not sure. We'll just have to do what we can do here. It's gonna get full in a second. I wanted to take a video of it doing the spin around thing that it usually does. I'm actually really surprised it's not full. It just did like a turn right there. That's crazy. So when I planted these trees, I cut out this sod and I threw it right here in my yard, and you can hardly tell, except you can see the plastic right there. But what's kind of funny about the sweeper and the other lawnmower too, they've kind of worked away at these little bumps in the yard that I put here, the ankle breakers I put in the yard. Slowly they erode away. My yard is sod and it's full of plastic webbing. I'm not a fan of that. It's pretty lame, really. But what can you do? You can't remove the plastic. So it is what it is. I guess that's good enough. I just rambled here for like 10 minutes in 4K. So probably downscale that and upload it to YouTube. Good night.